Yo, what's up, YGG SEA fam? How you doing? It's your host, Darth Shi. Welcome to another AMA with Thunderlands. Today we have Nick. Hey, Nick, how are you doing?
Hello, very nice to meet you. Hosting us today. Very nice to meet you. My name is Nick D. I'm business development manager of Thunderland.
It's awesome. So yeah, do you want to give like a quick intro about Thunderlands and yourself and just to kick things off?
Yeah, okay. What Thunderlands is actually all? Thunderlands is a play-turn game that we are building on Unreal Engine 5. It's set in a dark fantasy style. We were inspired by Diablo 2 and Heroes of Might and Magic. I don't know, game. It was very popular in CIS region back thousands, and Diablo 2 was a classic game. Absolutely. Lens is currently being development for the past, year and a half now. We are a team of 45 people building the game. And we are looking to full MMO RPG in late summer of 2022. But in already 2 weeks, when we have the TGE and INO, we are bringing the first gaming mechanic for your scholars and for scholars from other guilds and from just for the community.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, Diablo 2. I started playing Diablo 1, so I definitely know where you guys are coming from.
It's been a blast back in the demo playing MMORPGs. Something so new, and especially Diablo 2 was such a game that imagination couldn't really even cover it. And we are trying to build the same but on the blockchain. There's plenty of limitations. I mean, play turn sector is a very new thing, and we are one of the first few are trying to experiment and field.
Yeah, great. So yeah, can you tell us like what stage of development Thunderlands is currently at?
So currently, we have completed the first gaming mechanic, which is the clicker based mechanics. It's probably your scholars are familiar with cookie click. It was a popular game 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Web based. We doing more or less for the first gaming mechanic to start off. We are doing something like this, but on Unreal Engine 5. At the same time, we are bringing already economy inside, and this is being done in order to onboard the community. Also for the community to get used to our world and just the lore. And at the same time, we are now also launching, which we replace the IDO with. So with current market conditions, it's very difficult to conduct an IDO. So we are looking to conduct an INO on our website, and at the same time prepare a couple of collections for the NFTs that we should open sea in order to support that is coming at the end of August, at least the first beta year. And yeah, this is like the mass, the first gaming mechanics, the land NFT, the INO, and the big game at the end of summer.
Great. I mean, it's really interesting. You're talking about cookie cutter, um, and I just wanted to know a little bit more about your primary game mechanics, right?
So what is the primary game mechanics? In first gaming mechanic, it's very simple. It's very simple. So you boot the game, you start playing. You have to pass where with of a skill tree. So in the first gaming mechanic is you just kick off with play with NFTs or without NFTs, and you complete the dungeon. A session lasts around 2 hours. You get the you can exchange for T and DR. So, and with these crystals, you can also upgrade either the mine, or you can exchange the utility token that we have. And this is, the thing very briefly described. And for game, how it's going to look like. So first, we are bringing second game, which is PvE PvP. This is going to happen in the middle of summer. This is, just to expand a bit, the entire ecosystem. Going step by step, not to, just be careful. Where see how community adapts, and in order to also not to destroy the entire economy, we need to be very, very careful. In order to introduce doing it all together. And then PvP PvE will be a thing where you're able to battle either players or either enemies, monsters using the NFTs, and we are also bringing the crafting mechanics there. And by the end of summer, after we, of course, conduct the sale of lands, actually building the entire game, the entire game presented, and the entire game will be something like a clan war for mines that mine, special materials. And these special materials are the ones that you actually to develop your entire land. And with this land, you will be able already, to extract resources which you can exchange already to the. So it's like a MMO to introduce quests and storylines, probably early next year. It's there's a lot to cover, and the document that the game development document, like 150 pages, at the stage that we are in at the moment.
Wow, that's so amazing. You have so much going on. So for our listeners, you're talking about INO and IDO. For some of the people that don't really understand, what is the difference between INO and IDO?
So the difference is no major difference, I would say. Okay, if we just take in the perspective, like the whole concept of INO, it's funds with basically with selling the NFTs. Yeah, so you selling the token to the IDO users or platform users, but you're selling NFTs. Which later they can sell, and I guess they will be bringing the value will the exchange rate. So if they raise in price, they are able to take their allocation. But what we actually not invented, I don't think it's a new, but we decided if there is so much issues with bringing the tokens to the platforms, the vesting schedule, difficult to set up for everyone. Launch of the IDO is a good thing to set up, So we decided, okay, why not actually combine things, We're gonna sell the NFTs, which you are able to stake, and you'll be able to get proportional allocation of what's it in the round. You're buying a token, and you have at the same time an NFT, which actually you see it every day. You can claim yourself the tokens, and on the platform conducted, so you don't need to go anywhere. It's going to be all built in. That we are looking at, and we think it's very optimal for the community, especially they don't need to go. It's all very well set up. We already tested this, and safety features for us, even in terms of security, it's much more broken in already.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so much about INO and like everything you just explained. What is your plans for the INO right now, and what collections are going to be planned to be launched in the near future?
Regarding INO, and we have in upcoming now with in upcoming months, we are planning to launch collections after collections, with the stuff there, of course, for the early users, for gaming guilds. We are looking to conduct special airdrops of items, and for the users that has been to the game since the first days, there will be a special reward system. And the plan is to sell different mines now at the moment, which will farm you of money that you have invested. It's either $100, $300, $500 worth of token, and it's a 12-month linear vesting. And at the same time, you get the mine, which later we have actually big plans with our partners, technological partners, to mines into a different ecosystem. That's exactly how it's going to look like, but it's not something that anyone has in the NFT play turn sphere. One of the first experiments, what you can actually do with NFTs outside of the game and outside of the marketplaces. So it's again, entire term of the metaverse, where everything connected. That's what we at least see in the future. And there will be between different games and platforms. We are looking to start doing something like this. We're looking to either conduct partnerships where we probably exchange the NFTs, and it's a very difficult to explain, but this is why we sell this NFTs, because we have special plans for them on a later stage. And for the lands collections, one of those collections that will actually be the entire game, because when you land, this will actually be the entire MMORPG. We have those that at the moment we are looking, to build a game, but let's see if we can, technologically have this, the size of it, that to expand even more, because 10,000 at the moment is over. And this is, one of those first things that we're. And at the same time, we have mint passes, but this is for not the for whole of the NFTs, but mostly for just the user to buy a mint pass, which gives you a pack of NFTs that you can use in the clicker or later in the big game. And this will go along the INO now. A lot going on. A lot is going on there.
For sure. And yeah, so moving on to my next question would be, what advantages does INO have for the community?
As mentioned before, is that not only receives the token, it receives the NFT, which will grant them special abilities in the long run. And at the same time, it's all happening on one platform. It's all happening on one smart contract and one platform. So it's a bit more centralized. Yeah, I agree. But at the same, there will be no technical issues. At least what we see. It's we cover in-house and to deal with outside partners only in terms of referrals, probably for the users. And this is the main advantage, that we save in order in terms of token distribution for the public round. It's the vesting schedule, it's all the same. Everyone is following the same. It's happening on the same page with the same smart contract. This distribution is happening with the same smart contract, and we know to send back and forth tokens. We can send directly because we want to the liquidity pool after the sale will be conducted. This is what we are looking at, and we're looking to actually send as much liquidity as public round for token payer on QuickSwap or Union.
Nice. So yeah, moving on to questions for more about the community and for the scholars. How will these scholars be able to earn using the project tools, and what is the amount that they'll be earning?
So in the first gaming mechanic, we have a certain table of earnings. And if you play, so the moment it looks like the following: if you play without the NFTs, the clicker, let's not consider the big game at the moment, and you spend that way, from 12 to hours a day in either idle mode or active mode. Modes you can either play, you can either leave it on idle and use, passive weapon attacks instead of just clicking. You earn from 25 to 33 cents a day without the NFTs. And with the NFTs, this can go up to 50. Depends what NFTs people acquire. There's them now on the secondary market on our firm, so you can go and check it out. They're actually people are selling them without not even staking them, because we have stake program before the TG with a high percentage, and this is the entire plan at the moment, that people actually either buy the NFTs, they require them via airdrops, or acquire them winning prices, or at the same time, part of a gaming guild like YGG SEA, and they have ability to earn more. So, and for the big game, there is much more to actually introduce and to bring, and there will be much more in terms of. It's all about testing and looking where exactly the thing will go.
Yeah. And my last question of the night is, how do you plan to support the project in the long term?
So we realized just being play to earn is very difficult, and not only in the current conditions in the short year, we really market stabilizes. At the same time, we have no problems with the red market. Easier to start from the bottom than to start from the top, and then expecting a crash, having issues with with liquidity, with value. And for now, it's, I would say, the conditions are to launch the token, because you are starting from very bottom, let's call it the bottom, and then you're going to the top with the market. But just being a play-to-earn game, you cannot really sustain the earth for the scholars or for the users. So what we are looking to do is to expand to a much more social, and I don't want to disclose this at the moment. Big game will be a part of it. We are not, shifting focus from one thing to another. But on a later stage, by the end of the year, introduce the ecosystem for the projects that we want to work on. And this ecosystem will be already the meta plans since the early beginning of the summer of last year. And this ecosystem will be the ecosystem that will actually support their community, the game, and it will be not only Thunderlands as a project, but there will be a more socially official as socially benefit activities for both gaming guilds, which can already convert the users not into players, but in, as mentioned before, social people that will help the community and help the world. So more orientated, very difficult to explain now, but it will be a social ecosystem. And Playtron, we want to grow on that basis, not only on a game basis. It's a much more ambitious, but it's the one that will be able to the entire ecosystem and the growth of Playtron and the Groundlands.
Great. So yeah, let's take it over to the AMA questions, and looks like we have 5 questions that we can choose from today.
Yes, where do I actually check them? I'm trying in a server.
So if you're in the YGGC Discord, it's under AMA channels, and then in the AMA channels, there's an AMA discussions.
Yes, AMA discussion. Is that okay? Let me check. Okay, I see a question here. Why chose YGG SEA a partner for this project, and how it could benefit YGG SEA community? That's actually, you know, a great question. Because
Who's
we,
this by? I need to. I don't know.
yeah, sorry, it's by Sneaker. Nice nickname,
Sneakers. Okay.
Sneakers. And this is actually a great question because it's actually partnership with YGG YGG SEA at first, because YGG SEA has a huge community. We love the entire way it's structured, especially the way you actually go through the process, and how the helping system works. How's it called? Buddy, no, if I'm not mistaken. That you have buddies that help you to onboard the first early players.
Great.
Yeah. Well, just wait. I was just asking you, in order to clarify
Okay.
if it's called. So the
Oh.
system
I mean,
of
we're following scholars, just like YGG.
okay, well, scholars, yeah, and then you have, as I remember, buddies that help the scholars first, scholars, that come and help them on board, and at the same time, the roster of games and the experience that YGG SEA has, being supported at the same time, and YGG, it's incredible. I mean, there is no bigger and more structured guild that YGG SEA is, and YGG. It's a great partnership in terms of bringing the play to earn and not getting stuck on what current play to earn is, and develop much more bigger opportunities for the scholars. And so this is the entire partnership, and we would love to actually already to bring the players and scholars of YGG to the clicker and okay.
Great.
Yeah, just give me a second. Sorry, I'm just here a bit. Yeah. So next question. Yeah, let me check. Which market partners have to participate? Okay. Okay, here does Thunderland stand with free to play, and does the team have any concrete plans and research about oversearch or amount of players in oversupply in minted tokens? This is from Alpha LJ with a plant and fish emoji. It's a nice nickname. You have nice names here. So
Lex J.
yeah, like J. Okay, so Thunderlands. How does Thunderland stands with free to play, and doesn't we plan research about oversearch amount of players coming in and oversupply and token? So, with a free to play, we really believe that this should be a part earn, because this is not the pay to earn system, and with the pay to earn, there's been a crazy amount of projects where the barrier of entry is really high, and this barrier of entry has to for the paying part, but not for the playing part. So the experience should be basically, and we think this is actually essential, and this is why we're allowing people and earn. And you would say, okay, how do you afford this entire ecosystem? And this is the most difficult part. This is the entire. This is part of the how exactly you convert the players that come outside the guild, for example, or into the play, looking have spend, but at the same time have bigger yield. And this is entire tokenomics, and how do you do it, and how you can support the entire ecosystem. And search amount of players. This is where we actually we were thinking, if, for example, tomorrow, 20 people come, just straight away, that they see that the game is working, that they our promises, and how does the, we actually support this. So we decided at the moment we just need to, have a very good in order to prevent bots from farming the entire game. This is actually a big priority, and the amount of real people coming more and more, we just we have percentage game rewards, and we just we use it, and then already it's up to us what to actually improve and how to change the tokenomics, but not change the tokenomics, but probably expand it. And it's all about experiment. We will be very happy if we see a lot of amount of players on the day, and we think it's just a step to move even forward in terms of developing how do we support this entire ecosystem. It's to actually to give a very short and simple answer for this. So here there's a question from Isaac. Isaac with a plant emoji. In what network is the smart contract of the NFTs being played out? So the entire game Polygon. Polygon is, and this is the third question, correct? If I'm understanding correct, no? And we are in Polygon, and we're looking to stay in Polygon at the moment because Polygon given us a great support. We received their grants. We constantly receive technical support from Polygon. Actually, migrated from Heco blockchain to with no problems at all. And it's at the moment with Polygon, and we actually will continue working further, help them support developing their further sub blocks they are looking to deploy for the play to earn games. And the NFTs are also on Polygon, but as we are looking to introduce the multi-chain function, from which I was just discussing a bit early, even the INO NFTs, you will be able actually to bring to any networks, because we have instruments from XP, who are our technical partners, which allow bridge the NFT any other EVM compatible network, and it's up to us and other projects to adopt we have actually. So this is the big plan for this, and we think NFTs are actually a great thing, especially building ecosystem around them. Not just a monetary thing, but how entire ecosystem can work and collaborate. Blockchain. Okay. Let me choose another question. There's so many questions. It's crazy. And let me scroll here a bit. Tell us you choose your trade over any other. Okay. There is a Sohai Geno, YGG SEA, 3 hearts. And the question states the following: what advantages does other projects? Do you think security or technology is the most important advantage, or does it have any other outstanding advantages? Why would you like to tell why we choose your trade over any other? And the answer to this question is that security is absolutely essential in the blockchain. That's why we have an audit. We will release it now very soon before the TG. Everyone will be able to check the audit of our smart contract. At the same, a partner from Switzerland, Lauban AG, which is a company that focuses on security and that has been helping us greatly in order to prevent risks and to have all the things Web 2.0 space covered. So not only in terms of, but in terms of website, in terms of client launcher, the bots, and just build the entire ecosystem to prevent any other bot attacks or any other liquidity issue. For example, like in bridge, bridging the NFTs even is turn for the players, because this is where the vulnerabilities can come up, and we have on board the partner as XP Network that has a lot of experience in building bridges for the NFT. And we think also technological advancement essential for the play to earn field moment, because without technology we really get into the phase where projects are building and building, but at the same time they are not doing properly, and they are not bringing any new experience to the table. So we at the developing a VR headset for the MMO focused headset with function, and it's called VR Evolution, which you'll be able to control with your alpha, beta, gamma waves frame, the entire process. So, for example, if you need your character, somewhere, you can do it with the power of your mind. It sounds ridiculous, and many people won't believe, but that we have such developers. At least we are in the early stages of them. But I've tried it. I played actually along with my mind. You say, because it goes through the computer that analyzes face and converts them to the information for the game, and it works on simple games with a delay, of course, but it's technology that can be used and introduced through the play turn, not through the traditional game. The ecosystem that we're looking to develop stage outside the Thunderlands, including Thunderlands, so with the other projects, is something that will also greatly beneficial in the play turn field and field of to earn sector. So I don't know if this is something that would convince you, but this is at least what we see, and it's up to decide whether you choose us or not. It's absolutely your decision, and I always recommend you do your own, how it says in crypto. And last question. So let me choose one more question.
Yeah, why are you choosing that question? I mean, like, yeah, that's just like me. I can use the force.
you you can use the force, but realistically, playing with the brain now, it's a bit ridiculous. Working, especially discovering the entire functions of the brain on the level of them into the gaming, and not only into the gaming, but also in team therapy, for example, for psychology and collaborative work, for example, teamwork on some projects. It's the field of brain that can be later used for the gaming as clan wars, and connect with the brains, and just use this nice power. It's something amazing, and we are big transhumanists for the entire development, and not only regarding technology. So we are looking forward towards all other technology that can be used. So here I also want to know Nus Li Nuskin with the stars emoji. A general question that's very good to know for everyone. I haven't mentioned this. I also want to know if the game is on mobile apps or it's only on personal computer. And at the moment, the first gaming mechanic is being released PC only, but launching the Android version as because some time to bring it to the Google Store, and to bring it first as an APK for the users on the Android and for YGG. 1 week later than we actually, after the launch. So, and then on the big game, it's actually a question of how do we merge, the big game with the phone experience. We need computer power, and build Real Engine 5 is not building the community. And here there is a lot of versions that come up. How do you mobile in order to interact with big game and at the same time we'll play turn? So we probably separate if you have online where you have a companion app, most something like this, but with the mini games oriented for the phone. If we actually have capabilities to bring Thunderland's big game on the phone, be on either Unreal Engine 5 or Unreal Engine 4, which uses, we will do so. And one of those questions that just everyone community needs to know, that we're working on both, and clicker both with the same features. On the PC, of course, you have customizable graphics and just more, CS experience than on the phone. And yeah, I guess all what I could, answer. There's a lot of questions still. There's plenty of questions, and people are going crazy. But I guess, we have no time to do so.
Oh, well, I mean, I have an extra few minutes, so if you guys are willing to do another 100 for our community, I'm sure they would be happy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No problem. And I'm actually that get a lot of highlights. This question from Duki YGG SEA with an actually emoji here, and he says, my question is, what kind of ending for the game itself, and is it per some hour time reset at 7 p.m.? And it's actually a very good question, because there won't be an energy bar. So we are not looking at an energy bar. We're looking to produce actually a bar that will measure how much progress you have in order to verify yourself for certain events. And this hasn't been done yet. And for example, if you play enough Thunderlands and earn, you fill up a bar, for example, a whitelist, so in order to reach whitelist, you need to achieve monsters, and you get the white to the, let's say, YGG SEA giveaway, YGG with Thunderlands giveaway, and the energy reset, it's the clicks. For the clicks, because you cannot click constantly as much as you can do it, but there's an energy reset, energy that actually forbids you to click in infinite amount of time, and this energy regenerates as you progress with your skills. So the faster the energy regenerates, the more clicks you can do, the more faster you can complete, and more, completing, the dungeon, you're able to earn more. And at least we're building, the energy for this, and just, limiting them in order not to abuse the clicking power.
Nice, it's awesome.
So thank you very much, who actually for the AMA,
The
and thank you
AMA.
very much for hosting us, Art.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it was great. Got to learn a little more about Thunderlands. I'm sure the whole community is more excited, more pumped, especially at at such a heartbreaking day. I'm pretty sure we all saw the markets today. And to help 6 different people, with $100 each, so it's a lot, right?
Of course, and we are happy to share with our community. We are happy, to give as much as it is, but I would actually everyone being optimistic about Mars. It's yeah, probably crypto winter is coming. That's at least most of what people say. But for us in a play turn field, for the scholars, I mean, it's still the earning, that there is. And we believe that actually Play Ethereum will shine during the crypto winter, because there will be more projects that will be, going away from probably more traditional schemes, but they will at the same time be getting stronger to attract the community in such difficult time. And at the same time, all the scams we have seen for the past, couple of months now, they will go away because they will not be able to. So that's at least our, on what is going on. So stay strong, everyone, through it. It's not the first time. And yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. From YGGC community, I'd like to thank you for spending your time with us, educating everyone, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not just the first winter that we're gonna be in. There's gonna be plenty more. So yeah, we just have to stay warm, stay together, and we'll make it through.
Of course, stay safe. Uh, play with YGG SEA. Support both YGG SEA and us. Will we are all strong projects that we're going to the future of later and in.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye. Yo, so thank you so much for tuning in. Another AMA with me, Darth Shi, your host. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got another question for you guys. I'm pretty sure, Sneakers, Alpha Lexi, Lexi J, Isaac from the Soul High Gang. We got Gino, we got Nushleen and Dookie, all getting chosen as a winner. Don't forget, Dom will go reach out to you. Well, he won't reach out to you, but we will figure out what wallet address you need to give him, and hopefully you'll get your prizes within this week. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notifications bell to see some more of our other videos. And don't forget, we are C. See you guys later.